Today we are going to look at one of my personal amps that has been on the pile waiting to be restored. This is, if I remember correctly, a 1974 DR103 Hiwatt that I bought for $1,000. Jumped on that. It's been sitting on my shelf since, I think, 2019. Has a few issues. I bought it broken without seeing it. Basically immediately told the guy I wanted it for that price. Figured I could do some work to get this thing up and running. So we're going to open this thing up. I opened it up right when I got it and ordered a couple parts, which we'll describe as we open it up here. But I'm going to bring this thing back to its original glory, which this series is going to be. So this first video will just be an inspection to kind of see where we're at. I'll order some parts, double check some things, do some research, and then I'll walk you through the repairs. And if we're lucky, we'll get a couple other Hiwatts in here that belong to friends and compare the 2 circuits or the 3 circuits even, and see what's different in each. So let's check out the back, see if we can get date code off this thing. Okay, so you can see this guy has what is, I believe, defined as the later period, not the latest period, but the later period nameplate here. It's got the warning on the bottom. We're seeing a serial number of 6110, which places it at 1974. And I believe that puts it at the Kingston plant, or where these were made. Looks like maybe this guy, has been replaced to be a plug-in receptacle for the power. We do still have the original knobs for both the impedance and for the voltage. I may leave those in place and hardwire them to what I will use this for, and then label it on the back, just since those can get a little finicky if left unattended. Otherwise, no major surprises on the back. Let's go ahead and open it up and see what's going on inside. Okay, so looking at the chassis, things look pretty clean. Looks like we have either very early replacement or original filter caps there. This is actually the first Hiwatt from this era I've worked on, so I'm going to have to look into some things for this one. Let's check our preamp tubes. All right, looks like an RCA. A couple that might be worth keeping if they test out good. The big thing, and this I knew when I was buying this, but we have one of the original partridge transformers there for the power side. Then our output transformer looks a little off for a Hiwatt. This is I believe a Marshall 100 watt output transformer. Somebody stuck in here. No idea why someone would do that with a Hiwatt. Maybe they just couldn't get a hold of a partridge one for some reason. Luckily, I was able to, shortly after I bought this. I got one that came out of, I believe they advertised it as being out of a 60s Sound City amp, which, don't cannibalize those things. They're great amps on their own. A lot of them have been stripped for parts because they were made in the same factory as some of these Hiwatts. So, yeah. But they are good on their own. So yeah, we're going to go through testing this thing in a later video. I'll just do that as a short one on its own. I'll show you how to test an output transformer to make sure it's good. I bought this under the assumption that it is good from the person selling it, but you never know. And I want to make sure of that before we install it. either way, it'll be better than that Marshall transformer. Although if this guy is still good, we'll use this for a project for something else. And yeah, let's flip it over. Oh, looks like we got, I think, just some Ruby tubes. Yeah. So we'll replace those. We'll get some 6CA7s in there or something. I've got a buddy that plays these amps and he loves those in there. So we'll start there. But let's flip it over and check out the guts. Okay, so again, we're looking at original filter caps for the ones inside the chassis. I guess just the one can cap inside the chassis. But we have original mustards in there. So that's good. That was a nice surprise when I bought this. There's something funky going on with these resistors. I know this is not a stock arrangement. And one of the things that was advertised with this was that, yeah, and it looks like this is a little patched together job for the, oh yeah, that must be for the output transformer. So somebody did kind of a funny repair on this thing. I don't think I'm even going to fire it up as is. I'll probably go through and put it back to stock with a couple little exceptions. They also replaced the master volume, although it apparently was shorted out. So I have notes from when I bought it of it was inspected by another technician before the person sold it. And apparently this master volume was shorted out, but also replaced. So yeah, we're going to test out that output transformer, get that guy in here, get a period correct partridge transformer. I'm going to fix whatever's going on with this. Probably will install, the one modification we'll make is a lot of times with these, you can't get the bias correct for the power tubes. There's just not enough voltage. So there's a trick to, oh, it does look like we got some gunk on the output tubes there, or on the power tubes. Yeah, I'll have to check that out. I don't know if that's something for sealing those connections or if that is a result. There's not really a lot other gunk. There is a little spot right there. I wonder if the original output transformer blew and there was some oil residue, which can happen. Yeah, so we'll install the voltage doubler circuit. That's pretty common for these to get the proper bias for the tubes. I'm gonna get a new potentiometer in there and not bypass the master volume. I'm going to, even though it is nice to have them dimed in these amps, we'll get the output transformer in there. I'll show you how to test one of those first. I will inspect all of this stuff that's going on, make sure that's not gunk, and if it is, clean it up and hopefully not have to replace those tube sockets, but if we do need to, we'll do that. And do the filter caps, get a new set of tubes in here. Yeah, and hopefully this thing will be up and running from there. And then I'll play the hell out of it and have a great time. So this is kind of just an initial inspection, kind of a quick video, but if you guys enjoy this one, kind of thinking of doing a series looking at or even building replica pedals to simulate a like Wish You Were Here Animals era David Gilmour setup. I've always wanted to build a pedal board similar to what he had at that time. And I don't mean just like build pedals and put them on a board, but build the actual enclosed full-on thing. So let me know if that'd be interesting to anybody out there at all. Seems like a fun side project for when I don't have customer amps in. But also we will be back to customer amps next week as well. Okay, thanks for watching. I'll post an update on this as soon as I have something to share. Thanks again.